Hi everybody from TechnoLost and welcome to the dedicated video focus on the integration of PadFone 2 together with its PadFone station. Well, let's just see the PadFone 2. Here we go. As you can see, I have my own wallpaper, I have my own widgets and shortcuts. Here we have even an infinite scrolling. We just can scroll right or left direction. And we go from the last page to the first one and so on. Well, this is the PadFone 2. Give it a look at this home settings. Now let's just insert the PadFone 2 inside the PadFone station. Here we go. We have this small vibration, and as you can see we have a complete different home. I have a different wallpaper, different widget, different shortcuts, so everything is different. I mean, we even have a different widget layout from this is the layout for the widget of the PadFone station for the charging method, as well as this is the PadFone station layout for the widget of the charge percentage. So as you can see, it's completely different. Just an information, there's even a third-party app. It's a specific third-party app made just for the PadFone station and for the PadFone 2 in particular, which just let us choose what kind of home launcher we want for the mobile phone as well as for the PadFone station. But once more, I do underline that this is not a default app inside the PadFone 2, it's just a third-party app. So beside the different home and the different widget shortcuts and so on, we have of course dedicated settings for the PadFone station. Let's go inside the settings panel. We have here dedicated Asus personalized settings. Here, just let me zoom a little bit. Of course, here. First settings, which is really interesting, is dealing with the starting of the pad-only application when we are on the mobile phone. This is the settings, and we can choose from close every time or look for the same application in tablet mode on the Android market, or for ask every time. So what does this mean? If we go inside the launcher, or sorry, the app drawer, here we have several, as you can see, tabs. We have application, we have pad only, and we have the widget tab. We can, for instance, mark a single app as pad only app. This means that every time we try to start this app on the mobile phone, so when the mobile phone is not inserted into the PadFone station, the result is what we have according to what we choose for the settings. I mean, if we choose close every time, if we try to start one of these apps which are marked as pad only, we just get a message stating that we cannot start this application in mobile phone mode. Or for instance, if we choose to ask every time we try to start one of these applications on the mobile phone, we just get a message asking what we want to do. If to search for the application inside the market for looking for a tablet layout application, or just to close and do nothing. So this is the setting dealing with the pad-only application. Of course, we can mark an application as a pad-only, just choosing the application like this and selecting add pad-only here, mark like this. Okay, so let's get back to the dedicated settings from Asus. Here we go. Another really interesting settings deals with the DDS, which is Dynamic Display Switch. This one. What does this mean? If we have an app started in mobile phone and we just insert the mobile phone inside the PadStation, we can choose whether to close the app every time or let the app switch its own layout from the mobile phone to the tablet layout. I will just give you a few examples in a few seconds. Here we can choose, and we can choose between the downloaded apps and the integrated apps. Of course, most of the integrated apps, if not all, are completely, can completely switch from the mobile phone layout to the tablet layout seamlessly. Whereas the downloaded application, some may work, some other may not. So you just have to try. What I can tell you is that most of the downloaded application do work in the dynamic display switch. Anyway, you can choose whether to let every application open, selecting here the on, or we can just switch off the settings and select a single application or more than one application. So the selected apps are the one that we don't want to close while switching from the mobile phone to the tablet and vice versa. Well, let's just show some example of this kind of settings. Let's open the browser. This is the Google mobile page, of course. If I take out the PadFone 2, here we go. As you can see, the browser is still open and the page is still loaded. So there's no problem in switching using a stock browser between the mobile phone and the PadStation. What happens, for instance, if we try to play back a video like this? This is an MKV file. So I start playing, just let me rewind a little bit. I just start playing the video on the mobile phone. Now let me insert the PadFone inside the PadStation. Here we go, and as you can see, the video continued its playback seamlessly. So no problem at all from switching to the mobile phone to the tablet and vice versa while seeing a video. So now these are all stock apps, apps modified by Asus itself. So let's just see what happens if we try to use a different app, maybe a third-party apps. I have here installed the AOSP keyboard. This is the AOSP keyboard from Jelly Bean version 4.2, so the one using this YP method to insert text. So if I try to create, for instance, a new message like this, here I'm using the here we go, the downloaded AOSP keyboard. What happens if I try to switch from the tablet to the mobile phone? Let me show you. So beside from closing, what we get is this. The keyboard keeps its own layout from the tablet mode. So this is what happened. If we use the other keyboard, which is always an AOSP keyboard, but it's the one integrated and used by Asus itself, which is this one, sorry, this one. So if I use the keyboard here in the mobile phone and I just insert the PadFone inside the PadStation, what I get is that, as you can see, the keyboard is perfectly working, so no problem at all. No problem at all. Ciao a tutti. So once more, if I choose the downloaded AOSP keyboard, so the one not modified by Asus, which is this one, okay, if I take out the mobile phone, this is what happens. So, as you can see, this is an example of what can happen if a third-party app, so an app not modified by Asus itself, try to use the dynamic display switch. But as I told you before, you have the option to completely close the application while switching from mobile phone to tablet and vice versa, so you won't have that kind of problem anyway. So beside the dynamic display switching and the example I showed you, we have here some other dedicated settings. Let me insert the PadFone inside the PadFone station so we will have a better view. Oops, here we go. Let's get inside the settings. Well, this is the settings for the DDS. We have other kind of settings, like the one related to the answering method while receiving a call, so you can choose whether to remove the phone and automatically answer the call, or, which is this option, or for instance you can decide whether to remove the PadFone 2 from the PadFone station and to choose whether to answer or not the call. So I just remind you that you can always choose to answer the call directly from the PadFone station using the integrated speaker and microphone, of course. Another settings related to the PadFone station is the one dealing with the charge. This is really interesting. We have three different choices. So just let me show you here from the widget, so maybe it's clear. So we have here what is called smart mode. In smart mode, we just can choose to let the PadFone 2 choose whether to charge the mobile phone for the PadFone station or not, and when to do it. This is very useful because the PadFone 2 will try just to maintain both battery percentage from the PadFone 2 and the PadFone station at the same level, thus to have the longest possible battery life when using the PadFone station. The second choice, of course, is the one related to the mobile phone preferred mode, which means that the PadFone station will charge the PadFone every time you will insert the PadFone inside the PadFone station. And we have the last mode, which is the one called battery pack. We just use the PadFone station as a battery pack, so you won't use neither the screen of the PadFone station. So as you can see, the PadFone station shut down the screen and just charged the PadFone 2. You have to press for 2 seconds the button here to see the charge level from the PadFone station and whether to stop or not the battery pack mode. The last things I want to show you is dealing with the floating widget, which is a new feature introduced with the last Jelly Bean update. We have here some kind of floating widget like we can find, for instance, in Galaxy Note 10.1. We can choose whether to move the widget or to open up in full screen mode. We have, of course, several widgets like the calendar, email, dictionary, BuddyBuzz, which is a new app introduced with Jelly Bean update, and Audio Wizard. So, for what concerns the integration between the PadFone station and the PadFone 2, that's all. Thanks once more, sorry, thanks for watching, and bye from TechnoLost.